afternoon. My name is April Tattleman. I am a CASA. I have been a CASA now for a little over a year. Words don't describe for you the feeling that you get when you see the little successes because you spent some time. And it doesn't take much. You just spend a little time and you see these successes. They're amazing kids, and they deserve everything that any other child deserves. And with that, I am thrilled to be in the position I'm in.
Hi, I'm Brenda Sietzema. I have been a CASA for Ventura County for about 15 months. I've had one case, which hopefully will be closing soon, going back to a family. I was a CASA for 3 years in Cincinnati prior to moving out here to California. And I think that it really does make a difference for the child and for the whole county, that these children, rather than going back to the situations and the issues that they've dealt with, that they're actually becoming more productive members of the community.
Greetings. My name is Peggy Gruner, and I have been a CASA for about 6 years. I have had 3 CASA kids, and they were sisters, and it was a fabulous experience. I remember a situation after a year when I had my first CASA. She was telling someone that she hardly ever spoke to people, and I said, "You're kidding," because from the moment I met you, although you were shy in some areas, you started talking and telling me everything, and she said, "That's because you listened." And she never had anybody to listen, really listen to what she was feeling, and made me very happy. And I remember when I'd pull up to her driveway, and I'd say, "Love you," and she'd just look at me. It took a long time, because I did love her. It took a long time for her to start saying, "Love you," and she meant it. So it took a long time to build up that trust. So after being an advocate, or along with being an advocate, I'm also a friend of CASA, and we fundraise, which is a lot of fun, great group of people. I'm in the communications team, and I have the opportunity to go out to different organizations and speak about CASA and inform them, because people are just unaware, really, of the need to support these young people.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Herrera, and I've been a CASA for the last 7 years. I have one boy who is 15, and I have had him for the last 6.5 years. I think that my time with CASA has been well spent. I think that I get more from it than he does, and I would suggest anyone who has a love of children and a need to do more in their community to be CASA. Your time is very, very well spent with these kids, and I have a great time with him.
Hi, my name is Lori Maceo. I've been a CASA volunteer for the last 2.5 years. During that time, I've had actually 2 long-term cases and 1 short-term. My most recent case I had for a year, and I was with this little girl who was eventually adopted by her foster father, and just had a wonderfully happy ending. I'd say in my life I've done a lot of volunteer work and worked with a lot of different organizations, but this is the work that's felt the most meaningful to me, where I can see, working with one child at a time, you can see the difference that it makes in that child's life. I would encourage anyone who's remotely interested in really making a lifetime world of difference on one child to seriously think about becoming a CASA.
Hi, I'm Eric Dursum. I've been a CASA for 8 years. Had a bunch of kids through those years along with my wife. We've had some sibling groups, and I've had some individual kids. I'd like to relate one story to you that is particularly touching to me. It's with a kid that really had no one. The parents were gone in jail or with addictions, and he had no one, and he was in a placement where he really wanted to play baseball, but he couldn't get in a placement where he could join a team. And so I was advocating like crazy, and he had to be moved because he was having other issues, and he finally got to this one place where they agreed to set him up on a team. So I'd go to his baseball games, and all the other parents are there cheering, and I'd sit there kind of on the sidelines, and he'd be playing. And one day he went out there. He was a right fielder, so he wasn't that good a player. And here the ball gets hit to him. Of course, like with our own kids, we went, no, don't hit the ball at him. But he goes out there and he makes a huge over-the-hand catch. And he's the coolest guy in town. He just kind of like him back, like he does this all the time. He kind of saved the inning for the team, comes back to the dugout, and everyone's going, good play, good play. And he looks around, and he looks over at me, way down the sideline, just gives me a little thumbs up, and then turned around again. And it's like, man, oh man, he had no one, but he had me. And he was so proud of that moment, and it was really exciting for me. And so, being a CASA, you give out a lot, but you get some back too. Let me tell you, it's a thrill to be a CASA. I encourage you all to join us and help.
Hello, I'm Kathy Weinstein, and I'm a volunteer with Friends of CASA. I started with CASA 3 years ago, and I was a CASA advocate and had a wonderful experience with a young teenage girl. And then about 2 years ago, I started with Friends of CASA, and Casablanca was just starting up, and I was on that committee. And then this past year, I was chair of Casablanca, and I just want to say it was a wonderful experience. Friends of CASA raises money to help support training for more CASAs, which is a wonderful, it's a need that's in Ventura County, and it's a wonderful organization. So I just would encourage everyone to come find out more about us, become a CASA, or become a Friends of CASA. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Michelle Bart. I am a CASA. I've been a CASA for about a year. I've had one appointee, and it has been an amazing experience. I feel like I've made the difference in this child's life that hopefully will carry with him forever.
Hi, my name is Mimi Magnuson. I've been a CASA for a year and a half, and it's the best thing I've ever done. Helping these kids, why am I crying, is so important. They need a voice, they need an advocate, they need a friend, they need someone that can make a difference in their life. I just think it's so important to connect with these kids who see their social worker maybe 15 minutes out of a month. I encourage everyone to get involved in this way. It's an amazing experience, and I'm the lucky one to have this experience with these kids. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Vicki Fish. I am a CASA for 7.5 years. I got into this because I really love kids, and I was at a time in my life, I had a business for 20 years, and I was ready to retire. I was a little burnt out, and so I thought I'd really like to work for kids, or with kids. Became a CASA volunteer, and I'm also an educational advocate. I advocate for the children I have had as a CASA appointees, and it's been super rewarding. One of my kids is just finishing up college now. I say my kids, my appointee is finishing up college right now, and the other one's getting ready to go to college in about a year and a half. So I'm very, very proud of those boys. They've been through a lot, and they are going to be great successes, I believe, in their lives, in their future. So, CASA has done a lot for me. I think I get more out of CASA than I give.
Hi, my name's Andrea, and I'm a court-appointed special advocate for Ventura County. which I originally heard about CASA from a friend that I went to law school with, and she would always be talking about her CASA kids, and I had no idea what that was. And after I graduated, I was back in Ventura County, and she told me, "Oh, you should be a CASA," and I was like, "What is that?" And I went to the training, and it was 40 hours of training, and that was back in 2009. And since then, and I got sworn in, and since then I've had 4 CASA children, and I had my first teenager, which that case ended about 4 months ago. And I can see what a great effect being a CASA to a child has on children, just being a part of their life, maybe for some, the first safe adult in their life. And from what I've learned and experienced, a lot of the social workers, schools, foster families, teachers, they all change in the child's life. And the child may have 5 different homes, they change school systems, but I can sometimes serve as that person who doesn't change in their life. And the service to CASA has affected me greatly. It's been probably one of the best gifts of my life to be able to be with these kids and to be a part of the team. The people I've gotten to know have hearts of gold, the other people who are doing this, and it's just a pleasure to be around them.
My name is Nikki Dossman, and I'm an advocate. I was inspired to become a CASA because I have 2 former foster kids that I have adopted, and I've seen how just a little bit of advocacy has really been able to help them out, and I have been inspired to help other kids because of how well I've seen them do. And I have just completed my training, which I thought was a fantastic experience, and I thought the training was very well organized and very well done. And though I've just been assigned my kid and I haven't met him yet, I'm very excited to meet him, and based on my experience so far, I would definitely recommend anyone that was interested in helping foster kids to explore whether becoming a CASA might be right for them.
Hola, mi nombre es Ingrid Torres y soy voluntaria partidaria para niños protegidos por la Corte. Me inspiré a ser voluntaria por el trabajo y por la diferencia que se le puede hacer en la vida de un niño. Se lo recomiendo a todos que quieran hacer un bien para un niño necesitado, asistir a la organización CASA y hacerse voluntario.